I've got an interest. Blah, 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 blah. I've got an interesting topic for you guys today. We do know one thing is for sure. When NASCAR 08 came out, it was groundbreaking because one, it marked the turn of a new console for the genre of racing in NASCAR, specifically with EA releasing NASCAR 08 for the new console. The Xbox coming out in 05 did not see a new release for 06, 07, but only until 08 did they push out the new generation NASCAR game. Now, we have gotten to that point where Technics is in that same box. They essentially have a chance to capitalize or maybe stay back and just really see it out. It's not confirmed. I don't believe that Technics is making another NASCAR game, but that doesn't mean they aren't. They just haven't signed, most definitely, if they are working on a new NASCAR game, they've been working on it since or before the release of NASCAR Inside Line. It's usually how companies work, but with Technics being a smaller company, I'm not sure about that. So, what I'm trying to get to is when EA took so long to release a next-gen game, was because they had already had it lined up that they wanted to stay on the PS2 and the Xbox, or they could have been, building a structure for the next, basically the next game, because they didn't make another one after that, which makes me believe maybe they couldn't build a foundation that was significant enough. So, with Inside Line being possibly the last NASCAR game we see on the Xbox 360 and the PS3, is it possible that Technics could have been working on the new console game already, creating a substantial amount of foundation for a new game, for a new console, and basically reworking the entire game? Because we do know that when a company builds a game, take for example Call of Duty. When Call of Duty was initially released, every Call of Duty after Call of Duty 4 was basically used that engine. For example, I'm not sure if Treyarch, I think Treyarch's based all their games after World at War off World at War. It's their foundation, and then every now and then they'll switch it up and make minor changes just to keep the game fresh. With Technics, their company isn't as big, so they can't really make too big of adjustments to their games. With Technics making NASCAR the game Inside Line, they did make a pretty big change to the engine, and it was basically as much of a change as you can do without reverting or changing to a new one. But does this mean if they're able to pull that off, are they able to pull off a foundation for a new console? Now, I know dev kits can run up to $40,000, if I'm not mistaken. The new Xbox and PS4 dev kits can run a pretty penny, and it's pointless for anybody to get their hands on it, because if you want a dev kit, go out and make your own dev kit. Go out and buy a really good gaming computer. There you go. You've got an Xbox 960, 1080, 960. But my point is, if they do have enough money to do this and pull it off, if their budget allows them, they could possibly be working on a new console, new NASCAR game, and that would be something that EA wasn't able to pull off. Now, with this new console and this new game, they would have to have rewrote the entire game from ground up. So they have until, well, basically before, if they've already got this going, and hopefully they do, they've had since the initial release of NASCAR the game Inside Line, and they have till about January 2014, because we suspect the new consoles to be out by November, December 2013, after they're hopefully announced at E3 in 2013. I'm not sure. This is my hunch, and everybody seems to be pointing towards that. So maybe, possibly, a launch title could be in store for a NASCAR game, because if Technics really wants to get the name out there, a lot of new startup companies will do this. They will make sure they get a launch title out. For example, when Red Steel was released, it wasn't a new company, but it was definitely a new game, a new thing, and they launched Red Steel for the Wii out launch title, And not to mention that, but Call of Duty 2 was a launch title for the Xbox 360, and Call of Duty 2 wasn't really, or Call of Duty wasn't really known worldwide, you know, as it is today, back in 2004 and 2005. So definitely shows a lot of good things to be coming towards a company that tries this. If they have enough money and they have enough time and resources and manpower, pushing a launch title out for a new NASCAR game on a new console could just change the entire game, be a revolutionary change for the console sports game, because definitely it shows a lot of good things coming out of a launch title for a new company or a new game, and NASCAR is no exception. A lot of people like NASCAR, and since there's usually only about 10 to 15 launch titles for each console, and a lot of that being on cross-platform, you know, people aren't going to miss this game. So, an opportunity, a good one to say the least. But maybe I'm just in a whole different world, in a wonderland, and it's not going to happen. EA couldn't pull it off, but if Utechnics just wants to throw a Hail Mary and try something, this is definitely their chance to do it. I'm going to end it there. If you think that this could possibly occur or happen, or if not, put your opinions in the description or in the comments, and I'll have a look at them. As for that, we have some patch notes coming up. I know I'm late in the game for this, but I'll be making a video for that. So we'll see you guys later. Have a great day.